Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Nerds of the Round Table, a weekly talk show where my friends and I discuss ongoing affairs in nerd culture. To my left is Fred, to my right is Jack, and for probably the final time, I am Sean. That's probably weird for a lot of people.
He's changing his name. He'll no longer be called Sean.
Well, for the final time on this podcast, for at least a while.
He's now changing his name to Sean Sullivan.
That almost was my name. People don't know that. It was almost Sean Sullivan instead of Sean Pitts.
And then we could have been brothers.
I'm gonna go with Craig.
So today we're going to talk about some Overwatch, some E3 stuff, and why it's my final podcast. Actually, we should probably start with that, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think that's the people are going to be most confused about.
I've been hired by IGN.com. So I am moving to San Francisco in 3 weeks. It's weird to say, by the way. I've not gotten used to that at all. I'm moving to San Francisco in 3 weeks and will no longer be on Nerds of the Round Table, the podcast which I helped found. But I'm sure you guys will do great without me.
Yeah, I mean, like, Fred and I are not necessarily stopping. There are going to be some changes, and it might... obviously, I mean, like, being one person down, we're going to have to figure out how we want to proceed with the show.
Calling you up, Trevor Starkey.
we will probably have, guests more frequently. GIFs. We'll have a lot of GIFs.
Just a GIF of me.
Just make a GIF of me. You already do it.
I go right? GIF. I mean,
not GIF.
I say GIF more often than not, but I had to be the one that said GIF.
All right, anyway. So, yeah, I'm leaving. You guys will be fine. IGN did not tell me to stop doing the podcast. They've been extremely great on every facet of this hiring process, and I just don't have time.
Yeah.
My new job, I have to figure out how to do things like laundry and cook and...
I mean, I don't know how to do the second thing either.
Deposit money into a bank account and do all sorts of things I've never had to actually do myself. So, yeah, I just don't have time anymore. And since I'll be gone, and fucking fur went flying.
In my head, you were about to grab my arm and like say something really important, and then I don't know, disappear.
Fuck this fur.
And Marty, I need you to go back in time. We have to go back.
So I'm a social producer, I think is my title. I'm actually not even 100% sure what my title is yet. I haven't signed my fit.
I'm sure they'll tell you.
As of right now, we're holding this podcast until I'm allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
As of right now, you are the only two that know because it directly affects your lives, and you haven't told anybody. So there's like three. It's like you guys and my mom, and that's it. So no one else knows. So now you guys all know. You probably saw it on my Twitter. I'm sure I had a big tweet about it, but it's all very exciting. Sorry that I can't do this show anymore, but I hope you guys will follow me and my work at IGN because I'm very excited about it.
Yes. And obviously, we hope that everyone continues to stay here, listen to us, me and Jack now. Of course, Sean is being a dick about it.
Without me. Crumble without me.
No, but we're gonna try. It's gonna be a little bit of a change. We're gonna have to see how we're gonna do some things. It's just gonna be me and Jack now. We're gonna try a couple different things.
It's an opportunity for us to test out some new things that we've talked about in the past, and ideally, it'll all work out wonderfully. And we'll
be even more popular without Sean.
Well, no, I mean, like, we wish Sean the best on his new ventures.
No way.
And, so.
It's terrifying.
I'll have my heartfelt messages for you. I'd save to the end of the podcast.
No. Seriously, don't do that. Don't.
I'm going to make you cry.
Well, no, you're not. I don't care about anything enough to cry. Not in the...
Meanwhile, he talks about all the time where he's like, I watched the movie and I cried my ass out.
I do. I cry. I don't care about nerds enough to cry about it. It's just a company.
So that hurts.
So you're just
it's fine.
Your fucking best friend.
Yeah,
jerk.
I mean, that's like not a big deal. I'm going to scratch my eye because of the fuzz, but I'm actually really sick.
Pun intended?
No, because I don't want you to think I'm crying. I'm legitimately ill. It's one of the other reasons that we had to delay the podcast. If you guys can't hear my voice, I can't breathe very well. I actually think it's the end. I'm not even going to make it out to San Francisco.
The doctors say that breathing isn't super necessary, though.
Yeah.
So, I think
so. Sean's lifelong dream was just be in the industry, and now it all has tragically come to an end.
I want to point out the fact that we don't have the air conditioning on here. We're like, it's not going to be that bad, and I'm already... Well, I also have a cat on my lap who is purring away. and it's getting pretty warm.
I told
in here.
This
you.
nice little shirt might be coming off pretty soon.
I told you, I was like, this
actually
is my
wet.
domain.
I'm actually wet on the side.
This is unbelievable. I mean, it's probably because of the cat, but like the fact that
I also have
not
a fever.
melting yet. Okay,
and I've
so
had a fever for the last 2 days. So
why did
ill.
we come into this sickness infested house?
No, we really are sick everywhere. My mom is sick. My dad is sick. Jenna was sick.
Yeah, I heard.
Jesus.
Well, the
I mean,
whole
I
family is
had
ill.
a death sickness earlier this year, so I'm fine.
Yeah, you got your one out of the
I
way.
got mine.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about Overwatch. We haven't had a podcast since Overwatch has been released.
Yeah.
Damn, that game is good.
It really is, though.
That is that would be my game of the year right now if Uncharted didn't come out.
Yeah. Well, it's also like it's hard to say it's game of the year, even if you take Uncharted out of the equation.
Not for me, but continue.
But it's because a lot of people don't always look at multiplayer only games as a way to.
Yeah, I don't
for it
care
to
about
be
them. I'm
that.
saying my game of the year right now.
I know.
Oh, okay, I just want you to know.
I'm just stating.
I don't
that
give a
it's-
fuck about people who.
But I do agree
close-minded
with
like
you
that.
because this is the most fun I've had with a video game in a long time.
It's one of those games where it's like, I can't believe how long I play it for because it just doesn't feel
Yeah, like
that
yesterday.
at all. Yeah, like seriously, I play the game, but that's like every day. You have been a little punk ass on the weekends and not been playing, but I've been playing like 10 hours a day on the weekends.
Sunday I was cleaning out my closet.
All right, Eminem.
Damn it.
I really was though. So that
That
it
took a
all
whole
day.
day. Jesus Christ, what do you have in your closet?
A lot of shit. I threw out a lot of clothes.
I don't have a closet.
There's the warmth.
Are you getting warm now? Anyway,
We're
yeah.
only 6 minutes in. You're fucked.
Friday I played till like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez.
Saturday I played till like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then Sunday I played till like 3 o'clock in the morning again. It's like I always have like, oh, I had a good round. I'll do another one, and then like a lot of my friends live on the West Coast, or like South Africa or England. So all of a sudden it's late for me. It's early for them. I'm like, oh fuck. I mean, I'll get a couple of games in with this person. No, I'll get a couple because that's everybody's playing this game. So
Yeah.
it's like I get to play with people I don't normally get to play with. By yourself, that game's not that fun.
No.
This is where I come in. So Overwatch
has
not
no
that
friends.
great. Overwatch not awesome. So no, Overwatch like it's obviously a
rage.
very well constructed game. It really isn't a lot of fun to play on your own. Like I don't know if you.
That's the rage of the internet.
No, it's
No,
fine. I mean,
it's really not that
this
interesting.
game's
to play
not
on your
built
own.
for people
Yeah.
who don't want to play. It's the same thing as like, yeah, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. The Division wasn't a good game, but the Division was definitely not a good game if it wasn't like not meant to be played by yourself and
Yeah.
you play it by yourself. And this game's the same way. Like, I'm sure you're not playing with a mic in.
No, and that's the thing. Like, I'm not interested in talking to like these teammates, and I'm like, I would play with my friends, but like a lot of the people that I would play with, like namely you guys and one or two other people, work when I'm off. So it's like it's not really an option for me. I'm surprised by one or two things about it. I'm surprised there's not really a mode select, like where you can pick the kind of game type that you want to play.
That is a little weird.
I get
Only
that they want to
2
have.
game modes.
I think there's
Yeah.
like 3.
No, there's 2.
No, there's 2.
No, because there's attacking objectives that other people are offending. There's both teams attacking objectives,
And then there's
and then
payload.
there's escorting.
Yeah, but the first and the third one you mentioned are usually in the same map. So you'll escort a payload, or you'll
No, because there are ones where it's like capture to raise a percentage from 0 to 100, and both
Yes.
teams are going for the same.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
that's
the one.
one
That's
game
the
mode.
second one you
Okay,
said.
yeah.
The first one where you're attacking and objecting that you defend, most of the time when you beat that objective, then the second stage of that map is escort a payload.
Oh,
It's,
okay,
it's the
sure.
same game type.
It's
you're
the same
talking
game
about.
I guess, yeah, but it's like okay,
There's just 2 facets of the game type.
sure, yeah. But anyway,
I
so
mean, I would never play both the simultaneous attack if it was up to me.
Yeah, no.
I would pretty much.
I think
only play.
I think that is the weakest one.
I think
It
it's
is.
the most boring one.
I think that's actually what most people agree with.
Yeah.
That it's not fun to play.
It's like it's fun in that the game is like mechanically sound and like really it's. I wish one thing that I do wish is I wish there was more of the style from the like trailers and the like shorts that they put together like on the lead up to the game releasing. I wish there was more of that like in the game where like I feel like I don't know who these characters are and I don't know if they're planning on releasing more shorts later on. But
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
But
Go ahead.
that's kind of my thing. Is like I'm kind of interested in the story, like the background of the game.
Yeah.
But you can only get that from very limited of the
There-
story like that they put on YouTube.
exactly, and there's like I don't.
Well,
think,
they do a lot of like what they're saying is they tell you the story through the maps and through things that you could find on the maps if you're exploring the maps.
Yeah, but like who? Okay, so who is doing that in the midst of a
schooling
multiplayer
kids.
match?
I can't be looking at the map.
It's
Some people
actually
might
a lot
be.
of it is hidden in the attacking. Like when you're about to attack, and you have to wait for 30 seconds, or what is that, a minute? In the beginning, like when you're waiting,
Okay.
those
50
areas
seconds.
are rich with like world building stuff. Like Diva's a movie star, and she's in these movies. The movie called not Heroes of the Storm, but it's like a joke on it.
Sure.
So like, there is like little stuff like that tell you a little bit more about the characters. Hey, sorry, I was tickling her. She freaked out.
No, it's just like I'm surprised they don't make more of an effort to even just have like a bio of a character.
Yeah,
Are you bleeding?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Just scratching me up a little bit.
I'm surprised they don't even have like a bio of the characters in the game because like a lot of people know who Tracer is and like what her story is. A lot of people know Winston, and like I know a little bit about Soldier 76 because of like the most recent short that they released. But like I don't know. I'm really interested in Farah because I like her. I think she's a cool character.
She has the coolest skin in the game, in my opinion. The Gundam skin.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Fucking awesome.
But I think even her basic look is like really interesting, and I enjoy playing as her. Like I played a few matches as her, and I feel very good with her. But like so often, I don't get to play the damage characters that I like because especially when you're playing random and your team has no cohesion or like I don't know how you guys do it when you're playing with other people. But like
Fred plays support, and I play Tracer.
That's like it exclusive.
No. And we mix it up every game.
Switches off.
Yeah. Okay. So
Except for I don't normally play support.
when you play with like random, or I imagine if you're going in with just 2 or 3 people and the rest of the team has to get filled in by other people, like a lot of people just rush the damage class, and then like you're either accepting the fact that your team is gonna be not tactically sound, or you're playing a role that you might just not be interested. Even if it's just that one game, you might not be interested in playing in that role. So
but then again, I still think it's like you're not playing the game right because you're playing it by yourself. And
Sure,
like,
but
you should be reaching out and like. If I wasn't playing this game, so I'm blessed to have like a shitload of people online all the time.
Okay.
Like, right now, I probably have 200 people online.
Hashtag blessed.
But if I wasn't playing the game like that, a game like this, it would be like I'm plugging in a mic, I'm gonna talk, and like I see people doing it all the time. Like people are in there talking to me and like, hey, like we need a healer, and then someone will be like, all right, I'll heal, and then like I can hear people becoming friends in the game. And that's how the game's supposed to be played.
No, see, the only 2 people that I've heard have been just talking shit the whole time. So like, I don't think like you played the game longer.
I've played the game much longer. I probably have 60 hours.
Totally, that's fine. But I'm just like, I don't think the majority of people are not.
If you're
doing
putting
that.
yourself out there, if you were like making an effort, you would definitely.
But you're also ignoring the fact that those aren't my complaints about the game.
Yeah, but no,
like
you would be able to make friends, and like if you were playing with me, you could play attack all day.
Sure,
and you'd be able to play the characters you wanted to do.
No, but that
and
like
you'd be able to like.
Because our friend Woody is all about that support.
Yeah, Woody's a great Mercy player.
Mercy,
Lucio.
Yeah,
Cam's pretty good as Lucio too, but like that's irrelevant. But yeah, like I just think. I'll play support sometimes too, just to mix it up and let other people play attack. But if you're going in constantly playing the game and I've realized this like when I played Halo recently, I played Halo and I was about to return it until I started playing with my friend. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck, I completely forgot multiplayer games. You're supposed to be playing with your friends.
Yeah.
That makes the games way, like, Halo, I was like, this game's bad. Like, it's competitive, yeah, but it's, like, just not that fun. And now I'm like, I play with Kesh from NetherRealms, and, like, this is the best. I'm like, this is
Brian Keshinger.
This is way better.
Sure, yeah.
So.
But, like, again, I think my problems with the game aren't, they don't necessarily involve, like, the setup with the multiplayer or anything like that. I don't know. I think that the only real issues I have with it are the lack of like any story things at all, even about the characters like in the game itself.
Yeah, I mean,
because I don't even think I'm surprised you can't access those shorts through the game.
Well, I mean, it's that one I can kind of understand because I would imagine I haven't actually checked the storage and how much that takes up of the game, but I would assume that it's.
Yeah, but even just like a link to like a video players, I don't know, like some kind of embedded.
I'm sure it's harder than it. Yeah,
I'm sure it is.
But yeah, no, it's I could agree with her at least having a bio.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. My whole thing with it is like, if I could change something, it would be you're not allowed to be in party chat while you play the game.
That would be like, almost any multiplayer game, though.
That's like I have been on record saying that party chat is the worst thing to happen to multiplayer games ever, because it completely. Now, Xbox Live did it right initially with private chat.
Yeah,
If you want to have a
one-on-one.
private chat with somebody one-on-one, that's fine. And like, that way, if I'm playing a game and you're playing again, I can hang out with you and talk. But, like, if I'm in a multiplayer game, I should be playing with my teammates.
Yeah.
Like, I shouldn't be talking about fucking socks with somebody from somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
I should be in game. And, like, that has killed your people's ability to make friends on the internet. And, like, and I filled my friends list on Xbox 360 up before that feature happened. And after that feature was implemented, I probably have added 30 people on my Xbox. And, like, that's where it would have been. Like, PlayStation, I have a lot of friends from the Kind of Funny and IGN stuff. But, like actual people, I'm like, oh, you're cool. I don't even remember the last time I sent somebody a friend request that I didn't know. You know?
I can't even remember.
See, to me, I don't think that like that can work, but I think that's not most people's experience. Like, I don't think most people are like having that same experience that you're having, where like they're living in these communities and they're talking to these people, because like a lot of people go in there and they see a lot of the like vitriol, or like even when people are trying to tell them how to play the game, like even if it's in a friendly way,
What, like
probably,
Overwatch?
Yeah, sure.
Specifically?
Well, no, I mean like even like in any like online game, like if someone's trying to be like constructive and being like, hey, don't do that, they're probably going to perceive that as like someone like
Well, that's
talking shit
just-
about
I don't know, though.
Pussifying
Because,
this
like, that,
nation.
no, but that's how I learned how to play Gears of War.
Sure.
Like, I think that if you're going to be like that, if you're going to go into a game, it's like, because, like, I give people constructive criticism all the time.
Sure.
And if they don't listen to me 4 or 5 times and it starts to affect it, then I'll start to be a dick about it. But, like, I'm like, hey, man, you shouldn't, like, don't do that. Don't keep going there. You're going to get killed.
Sure.
And, like, if someone keeps doing it, I'm like, all right, well, you're being an idiot. But, like, that people taught me how to play Gears of War like that. So, like, I still, and, like, that would have never happened with Party Chat. Because, like, now when you go into a game of Gears, it's dead silent. When you go into a game of Call of Duty, dead silent. You go, like, it's like,
No.
there's nobody's ever talking, because everybody's always in parties.
Yeah, it's so.
It just
I
makes
mean,
it hard to make friends.
the one thing is right is that this game has made it so. We spoke about this previously, I think, in the last podcast, where we're seeing people play this game that we usually don't see people playing first-person shooters. Usually,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
like our friends Zyger and
Well, Zyger plays some first-person shooters, but,
yeah,
like,
I mean, like there's people that I see on this game that I usually
I've never
wouldn't
seen
see.
Cam on. Or
Yeah,
anything
like,
that.
obviously,
one of our
I-
other friends.
Yeah,
So, like,
this game is kind of bringing everyone together. So it's in this situation where it would make more sense to just be outside of party chat, whatever it might be now. But I could do understand certain circumstances where maybe there isn't a game that everyone is playing at the moment, and you still want to talk to. Maybe I want to talk to Alex Aziz, and I want to speak with Nick and all these people at the same time. I was doing that, but we were all playing the same game. It wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense if we were in there. But
I just still think, like, when you step into a game and you're going to play multiplayer game, like, then have a party chat feature and, like, play a single player game.
yeah, no, and
Like,
that's
it's like maybe party, but I think, like, it's old school. Modern Warfare 2 used to do it. You used to go play Modern Warfare 2, it would just kick you out of the party. If you were in a party, it'd be like, you cannot proceed in a party, and you would have to leave the party in Xbox 360 and then go play the game. And, like, what I would do is I would, like, you know, sit in there for a little bit. All right, I don't like anybody in here. I'm going to mute the room, and then, you know, just stick with the 2 people I'm playing with. Or if I'm like, I mean, it is a dick move to go in there and, like, I know that, like, Colin from Kind of Funny does that and stuff, and, like, you just jump into a game with no mic and no nothing. You kind of.
No, man, that's me all the way.
Yeah, you're being a dick.
I jump
You're
in
not-
the game.
you're not
I
helping.
mute the room. I don't want to
Yeah,
talk to
I
anybody.
don't understand
Like,
why you would even attempt to play a multiplayer game then. Like, what the
Because
fuck's
I mean,
the
because
point?
like that totally ignores the appeal of like playing against other people or like playing playing that game. So it's like if you,
It'd be different if it was like you're playing FFA.
I think
and
if you
Halo.
told people to that like, okay, Overwatch is a game where you can't be in a party. You have to like talk to
Be with
other
your
people.
team?
Yeah, you have to talk to your team. Like people wouldn't buy it.
No, I guarantee
I
they would.
don't
I guarantee
think-
they would.
I disagree with you completely.
I don't like. I genuinely
Because
do,
most
a
people
lot
are
of people
playing with their friends on this game.
Sure, yeah, no, but I'm saying like if you told people that like you couldn't, like there was no way to play the game without like having to talk to other people, like I don't know if they'd play. Because like that
I mean,
you're
you can
totally
still have a mute option.
You're well, that's what you're saying. Like if you go in there and mute the room, you're a dick. Like
Well,
that's not.
if you go in there and you
So
don't
you're
give
saying
anybody
that,
a
like,
chance, you
those-
just mass mute the room every time you go in a room. I mean, you're being a kind of a dick.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't. That's not. Like,
I hate when people do that.
but like some people don't want to hear you give them tips. Like
Well,
that's what
then
I'm saying.
Then you're not being a teammate.
Sure,
you're
but,
just
like-
being some asshole sitting in here playing the game.
Yeah, but I don't think you can like if you can have.
I mean,
an
you can
opinion,
do that
sure.
if you want.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
gonna think you're a dickhead, but you
Sure.
can do that if you want. Like, I'm not saying you can't do that, but like in my eyes, I'm like, all right, well, this guy's not helping us. He's not I can't even talk to him. It was like when people used to do that in Gears, it used to make me furious.
Yeah.
And now it's like you have a headset for your PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
like,
it comes with it.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
Fuck
But like,
coming with it. It's a standard 3.5 millimeter jack.
That too.
It is every headset in the world. Use an Apple headset. I don't care if it's screaming at me. You know, like at least I'm like, hey, don't go over there. You can be like, oh, okay, maybe I won't go over there. Or if I'm like, you know, like, I don't like that Xbox Live Party Chat came out, and originally I thought it was the best idea ever. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, this is private chat times 10. And then I was like, wow, I'm not communicating with anybody in any game I play. And when I want to, I can't. So I'm like, I'm in here. I'm like, hey guys, let's and now when I'm playing with my friends on games, I'm like, hey guys, let's jump out of party chat. And people are like, I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm like, yeah. It's like, let's interact with the people that we're playing the game with.
Well, I mean, multiplayer games were made with the purpose of playing with people and
sure.
creating friends on the internet. And that's kind of what Xbox Live was.
I like crushing people more than anybody in this room. I love killing people, and I like talking trash, but like it's like that's not even the point. Like,
no.
Like I said, I've made good friends playing Gears of War, and like
that's what I was gonna say is
that would have never happened. None of my friends would ever have been in that game unless you made them.
There's like people that we actually became personal friends with because of Gears of War when we played online.
I just think if you're in a mood and you don't want to talk to anybody, that's fine.
Sure,
but like if you're always in that mood, maybe you shouldn't be playing a game.
I think that's like the fact that party chat exists and the fact that like more people are using it than not is like proof that that's not really the
it's
prevailing.
Because it's default. It's like
no,
I know
it's not because like you could just play the game.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't know. I still think
now ingrained into people's heads to go through and go to party.
People aren't social at all
prefer.
anymore. People aren't social at all anymore, and it would be I think it would be better because it's like you could just hide in party chat all the time. People jump out of party chat, talk shit, and then jump back into party chat. Like how often do you see that playing multiplayer? Yeah. That shit happens all the time. And like, unless somebody unplugged their mic back when you used to play Gears of War, if someone did that, they would have to hear it back. You know, like you can't hide from it.
Yeah, it would still be on the screen.
There's a bunch of reasons I don't like it, but mostly it's like I said, it's the whole like I had 100 friends on Xbox Live. You could only used to be able to have 99 back in the day, and I filled that list up by like playing with people and being like, oh, this guy's pretty cool. This guy seems to know what he's doing. Hey, can you help me out with this? And then someone will come and help you out, and I'm like, this is awesome. And that's how I filled out my friends list. I got invited into clans and I did the same thing on Halo 2. And then it stopped. I just cold stopped. I had 4 friends on PlayStation Network for like ever, and it was you two and like 2 of my other friends, and that was it. I couldn't play with anybody. And every time I tried to make friends, I couldn't.
Yeah, I feel like it's a dying art now, or maybe not dying art, but a dying idea.
I don't. Okay, that's totally fine, and like I'm totally ready to leave it after this. Like I don't think the people who preferred party chat are the ones who killed it. I think the people who made it like not a community where you would want to be are the ones that like created
those are the only people
feature.
there now.
No,
like
that's
the problem is like. All right, I mean we'll just move on. We clearly don't see eye to eye on this.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just one of those things where it's like now the only people in there is the people that harass people. Because everybody else is hiding in party chat, so you don't have an opportunity to make friends with anybody else. Because everybody else is just hiding with the 2 or 3 other people that they know on Xbox Live.
I think that's like I think hiding is an insulting way to look at it.
That's
why what I don't agree with most is
care.
like the language. Like I don't think hiding is a fair way to put it.
I just think that people should give a chance when they're in game.
Like I used to love that Call of Duty used to do that. Yeah, it would kick you out and make you play.
I mean, especially because if it's an objective game type, you need to work as a cohesive unit.
I'm like, the only thing I want to do is tell this guy in Overwatch to be a healer. I'm like, hey man, can you heal? Or like, all right, fine. If you can't heal, then like, maybe we don't need 3 Widowmakers. Like maybe we don't make like.
I can totally agree with that sentiment.
If you are playing Overwatch and you are a Widowmaker on attack, you are probably useless. I want you to look at me. You're probably hurting your team and you're not switching, and it's making me fucking nuts.
That's not good.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, listeners, your eardrums are now bleeding.
That's not good.
I can't handle it. This happened 3 times in the last couple of days where we would get kids in there who would have like just refuse to change for any reason whatsoever, and we're like, dude, you are killing us. You're killing us.
Yeah, so the thing is, right, is that like these games are now trying to include like emotes
right through my hat.
and all that kind of stuff. To like, hey, we need a healer. People are just like, okay. If I feel as though if you're like somebody's on voice chat and they're like, hey, can anybody be a healer? Like maybe like tone of voice is a completely different thing.
Yeah, if you're gonna be like, nerd, get in there and heal you, you know. You know, the other words like the youngins.
Hey, bitches, why don't you get out of your fucking Widowmaker and be a goddamn healer?
I like that Sean would like tried to be almost like PG about it, and then Fred's like, nah, I got this.
Yeah. But
No, I follow that though. It's like no support. I'm like, oh, I gotta be a support.
yeah, I'm the most offensive person like you'll ever meet. I almost exclusively play assault. But like if I see we need a tank, yeah, I'll jump in.
I love that the game tells you, like, that's one thing that
Yeah.
I love that the game tells you. It's like, hey, you should probably have like a tank or something.
but that's-
because if the game didn't tell you that, I feel like people wouldn't
it'd just be off.
people wouldn't be
Reapers
paying,
everywhere.
People would
It would
not be paying attention
like,
to that at all.
I'm like, do we need support? All right, I'll play the monk guy. I'm like, that's fine.
Zenyatta, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
He's pretty cool.
Dalsim.
yeah, that's what Dosimus I call him. Because he reminds me of the Street Fighter guy.
Okay.
There's too many names in that game, so we just started naming.
Everybody starts with Z, so I just call Farrah Samus and
That's fair.
Zara and Zenyatta and
I think those are the only two
Zarovich.
Z's.
These are cool sounding syllables.
Zarovich.
Lazarevich.
She is Russian.
But that's like I said, that's one of the things where I'm like, all right, but like it just seems like no one else is willing to do that, and I can't even have the conversation.
Yeah,
like,
no.
hey, dude, I just healed 3 games in a row. Anybody else want to jump on this?
Yeah, I'll just make one.
But
last
now I
point.
just play
It's,
with all my
You know,
friends, so.
even if someone is playing support on your team, I would just be like, hey, instead of going this way because it seems that they're blocking this off, I can't speak to you and tell you this. How do I portray this? Try going another way. I'll go with you, and we'll see what we can do over here. But you can't say that through emotes.
Yeah, right.
Well,
It's also like
You can say group on me, but yeah.
No, but they're like
that's not specific. It's just like a group on me thing appears.
that group on me. They're like,
I
well,
guess.
I'm going this way. And instead, you're like, well, we've died there like 4 times. I think we should change.
It's
it."
also
yeah.
like I completely forgot what I was going to say. Now I had a good point. No, that sucks.
Bummer.
But
Hate when that happens.
yeah, it really does suck. But
I have a lapse of like memory all the time.
yeah, I've also got a lot on my plate right now. I have E3 on
Where am
Sunday. Anyway, I really like Overwatch. I'm having a good time. Oh, the other thing I was going to say is every once in a while we'll go in with 5 instead of 6, and we'll pick up like a random, and like every once in a while, not normally, but every once in a while when he doesn't pick Widowmaker, he like maybe he's good, and we're like, I invite it, like, and I send an invite, and it just looked like this creepy guy like, hey, but like
It's like you look at the guy.
I sent him a message. I'm like, hey, you want to play?
got
And he was like,
candy.
a kid sent me back a message. This is the first message I've received in 2 years that wasn't offensive. But I'm like, what the hell happened? What happened
to
here?
you?
No, like, what happened in like internet gaming? Like, I know it's been getting bad, but like I said, I think since all the good people are just like chilling in party chat with their friends, no one is out there. And these fucking people are going nuts,
all
running
the
a
friendly
rampage.
people are gone, Jack.
all the good
they're all
people
doing
are
what
gone.
you do.
No, they're all like in a party with their other friends. Like,
But they could make
with both of their other friends, and they
Sure.
only have 3 PSN friends.
But we could be friends too.
I'm just saying.
It's fine.
I'm a nice guy.
Hey.
Except for when I school kids in that game and I could play the game and I
The
call
thing
them all
is,
bitches.
okay, so this is the other thing.
How good was my tracer playing the game last
I've heard
night?
you guys both talk shit.
Oh, I talk shit all the time.
Like, no, like,
but not like.
Against the other team.
yeah, sure, but like,
The only time I talk shit to my
They gotta
teammates
know.
okay,
is
I'm
if I
not,
offer constructive criticism 4 or 5 times and you just ignore me, then I'm gonna start talking shit.
I am actually not trying to throw you guys under the bus. I'm saying that even good people most of the time can still probably sometimes like make someone not want to be in party.
Well,
chat.
guess what? That's the world.
Yeah, sure.
That's the world we live in.
And this
Yeah,
is why
and
this is the
social interaction.
sheltered-
And a lot of people who are not interested in like that aspect of the world are also not interested in that aspect of multiplayer video games.
Listen, there are people who have anxiety problems,
Okay.
and they're like, that's fine, and like, maybe that is your just personality, and you just want to compete against people, and like, whatever, that's fine. I just think that like, I just wish that wasn't I'm glad that they like people like that have an option. I'm glad that you have an option, but like, I would just prefer it if like, the world's not all bad, and they could make really good friends. I've made some of the best friends I've ever had on Xbox Live,
And I think that is a
unbelievably.
totally fair point, and I'm cool.
So like obviously I'm hamming it up because we're on a podcast, but
Sure.
like because I don't want people to think like I'm insensitive and shit. Like clearly there's a reason for, but I do think that online gaming would be better without if multiplayer games. Party chat's fine, but if you are playing a competitive multiplayer game that forced you out of chat and you had to communicate with your teammates because everybody has a mic, and if you don't like somebody in there, then you can mute them. But like.
Because
I
so
think,
And
I'm
the
sorry.
mute should be an automatic report too.
What I'm thinking is that I'm wondering what they're going to do for competitive play because they're going to be introducing that later this month.
I
as to
think it's next month.
That's right. It's July. I don't know if they're going to go and like make it so you have to have a party of 6 in order to go into competitive, or you can go in with a regular group.
That would be crazy.
But if you go in with 4 people, right, and like they allow you to group up with 2 other people, but they're stuck in party chat, you can't talk to them, and it's competitive. Like this is a ranked system, and you understand that it's a ranked system. Maybe then you might want to include a knocking you out of party chat and doing it that way.
I mean, I think what you guys are what you're actually touching on, Sean, which I think would be really good, would be if there was like an actual community, kind of like, I don't want to say like grading system, but like, hey, like if enough people, if 1,000 people say that this person is shitty, maybe they're kind of
actually
shitty.
has that.
Yeah, I mean,
they have a reputation.
but is that still a thing? Because
Yeah.
everybody I've seen always has 5-star, and I know some heinous motherfuckers on there that should not have 5-star.
It's not stars anymore. It just says like it's
Percentage?
Like it's like a
Kind of a dick
gauge.
meter.
Yeah, it's like
You're
good.
like full on a paragon. You're like, this guy's a terrible
The
human
thing
being.
is that, and that's what we were just discussing. Like the reputation in Xbox 360 days, that thing never changed.
Yeah.
We reported people all the time.
I reported kids on my friends list that were being dicks, and
it's still 5 stars.
a bent midget had 5 stars for the start of time, and he's the most offensive person I've ever met.
He is.
There's
Well,
a
that's
reason
the
I'll
thing.
play with him.
I think like
He's
at
a
League of
racist.
Legends, like when I played that for like 3 days before, I was like, this is not for me. Had something like that, and I was like, that's not a bad idea. And like it would. I think it does make people like more open to.
Yeah, I think that there are other systems than this that we're using, and like I'm sorry you don't like the phrasing, but like then just hiding from all the bad people and pretending that's not a problem. Because like
Say for lack of a better
harassment really is a problem online, and there should be ways that we're addressing it that isn't all right. Well, like you just can't play video games in a normal chat. You have to hide and party chat with your friends, and like.
But maybe that's like to kind of be the devil's advocate here. Maybe that is the reason why Xbox and PlayStation put these out there, so they don't have to worry about these harassment.
But then it just studs all their communities. I would be shocked if people making friends in games didn't go down by 90% after the party chat came out.
I can see that.
I mean, at least because like I don't know anybody that makes friends. Like my friends who have friends on PlayStation Network have large Twitter followers. That's how they do it. And like that's not normal. Most of the people that I know have like 6. How many friends did you have on before we got into Kind of Funny? Like 3?
Well, I didn't really play PlayStation.
No, that's true. I had like 4 or something like that. So
but
it's like
I didn't have many. It was like you, Ryan,
and I didn't add anybody on
Trozy.
Xbox. I didn't add anybody on Xbox after Party Chat came out, except for maybe 1 or 2 people here or there.
The only people that I've been adding recently are people that I've.
It's just
I've
been
met.
sad. It's just a sad thing to see happen because like I'll never forget getting Halo 2 and like plugging in my mic as a little kid and realizing that if 24-year-old Sean matched up with 11-year-old Sean, I probably would have talked shit to 11-year-old Sean because I would have came on the mic like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And like,
They're like, look at this fucking nerd.
but
That's not for everyone.
Kill him.
And that's
but I got matched up with these kids like Knockside and something else, and they were like just like dudes, like probably my age, and they were like, wow, this kid who's like 11 is pretty good at Halo because I was pretty good at Halo, and I ended up like, joining a clan with them, and I was like this kid who was like playing competitive Halo matches with my friends that I made on the internet. I was like, this is awesome,
Yeah.
and I was like, I would get excited when I would see one of them sign on. I'm like, oh, cool, I have somebody to play with, and I was like, that is not going to be the same experience that like somebody else has.
No.
Because like I didn't have a lot of friends that like took video games seriously like I did.
Well, remember
So-
back in the day with Zach and.
Yeah, we had
and
legitimate
Alex,
friends that like, and I don't feel like I'd be shocked. I just wonder how like is that gone from video games? Because that's like as an online perspective, one of the best things about it.
I mean, like I hope it's not. Like that's why I agree with you. Like the ability to do that, and like I wish more people would like take it up. But like in the half hour I have to play, I'm not always interested in talking to other people. That's like my perspective from it. But like there are people who have like genuinely suffered from like online interactions.
But we may want to.
Yeah, we've got some other things.
It's been, it's been 34 minutes.
I think it's a good
That was a
conversation.
good conversation.
It's interesting.
No, it is.
Overwatch is a good game.
Yeah.
Tracer's best character.
We kind of went off the.
As pretty much to sum it up, Overwatch is awesome. If you play
Yeah.
it with friends, it's even better. If
Yeah.
you don't play it with people, you can have a different review.
No, I mean that's the thing. I don't even think. Like I said, I think the game is great, and I think I think the right way to play it is with friends.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And
you
whether you
should
make
play
them
with
there,
us.
whether you make them there, or whether you come in with them, it's going to be a much better game for you. So.
And even if you don't like first-person shooters, I would still give it a chance.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like there's always a role for somebody to do, and it's like watch out, the cat's behind you.
It's a weird role.
I was talking to Woody, and he was big on PC, but he was saying he was having a hard time aiming on console because he doesn't play that. He's like used to Overwatch on a PC where he has like precise aim, and he was like, "But it's not a big deal. I'll just play as Winston." Because Winston has a ray that tracks, so you don't have to aim ever.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's true.
but like,
it's just fun.
he's not good in every situation, and it's the same reason why he plays Mercy and stuff. Now his aim's fine. He's
just gotta get used to
running
it
through
again.
kids. But like that transition period, he could still play and be useful and be good, and like you didn't have to worry about aiming.
And you just learn
So
tips and tricks over the time, and you can venture on to
you
different
push a lot of
characters.
people off the edge as Winston in certain maps. That's the key to Winston. The same with Lucille.
Cat's jumping up.
It's fine. She can do whatever she wants. Please don't fall. So E3 is Sunday.
Yes.
I am working it. What are we expecting to see from E3? What are you guys looking forward to?
There's obviously been a few leaks and stuff like that.
It's the leak end, as
yes,
people call it.
leaks, rumors, sexy rumors.
All right, get to it.
Sorry.
You're being weird.
The one game that we know that is leaked right now, or we think, is Injustice 2.
Yeah, I don't care about that, but yes.
I didn't play the first Injustice. I do have it.
Yeah, because it was PlayStation
PlayStation
Plus.
Plus.
So
yeah.
I'm thinking.
By the
about-
way, NBA 2K16 is PlayStation
Yeah.
Plus this week.
crazy.
Yeah, it's
Don't
awesome.
know why they did that.
I'm
Anyway,
glad that I didn't keep that game when I bought it last week.
Probably a good idea.
I was like, ooh.
But yeah, no, it's so.
Time's
I
not
am
bullet.
excited for that. I do love myself some Mortal Kombat. I didn't play X, but just because I didn't
fucking
feel like
faker.
I just didn't want to pay $60 for a Mortal Kombat game again.
I've never been into a fighting game besides Smash Brothers.
Mortal Kombat was my first video game.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I mean, like
But-
it's obviously exciting news for people who are into. I don't know. I mean, like that game. I think it interested comic book fans, but I don't know if it. I mean, I'm sure there was a small percentage that like converted, but do you think there were many comic book fans that became fighting game fans? Like,
No,
from
I'm
it?
sure not many.
well,
Like, I just wonder how long that
I played through
community
the
stuck
story.
around. You know what I mean?
I think that's what
I think I did as well.
intrigues people
It was
more than
interesting.
anything, because you could just put it on easy and just get the experience.
I got the trophy for beating somebody with only shooting them with arrows as Green Arrow. That was pretty cool and hard. Yeah, I mean, I beat the story. It was cool. Superman killed a lot of people.
So yeah, I got.
I don't really care about Injustice 2. But that's good to know that it's like coming out.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for the Red Dead 2 rumors, the Skyrim rumors.
Yeah.
So one of the rumors out, and this has been a rumor. Someone said that like this has been a rumor every year for the last 3 years, and if it doesn't happen this year, it's not going to happen. There's a remaster of Skyrim that's rumored.
that has been said a lot the past couple years.
It has to be this year. It's not true. I'd love for that to be true. I just
Alright.
watched a fascinating documentary on the history of Bethesda and how close they came to going out of business at one point. And they like put all their money and bet it all on Todd
Broken my
Howard to make this game called Morrowind. Who some people know what that game is, some people don't. If
Yeah.
you don't, I don't know what you were doing.
Well.
Oh
if
man,
they're
I'm
young-
talking really low. Oh, I hope you guys can hear that. It's my voice is starting to hurt, so it's actually becoming harder for me to talk. But
Probably
anyway,
boost you up, but it would be like a.
In a mid, yeah, nah, I don't-
Yeah, I don't.
you
I
could
don't know.
cut the clip when I started to go lower and then move it to a different track and then raise the volume for that track, just so you're aware.
yeah, where you
Everything's on
could
one
just
track
do the
right now,
section,
though.
whatever. Yeah, no, whatever. Okay, we'll figure it out.
What about different?
No, yeah. So you're right, though. I mean, like that. It's either happening this year or it's not happening at all. I don't know. I played a lot of Skyrim, so like I don't know if this is for people who missed it or for people who want to play it again. But like I feel like I would go into Skyrim and be like, oh yeah, this is so cool. It looks so beautiful. I've done this like 3 or 4 times now. I'm not interested in continuing this playthrough. Like that, I feel like that would be my experience with it. Maybe there are a lot of people who would love to play it again,
I
or
would.
yeah, sure, or people who would like love to play it for the first time. And I think that's basically the tagline for any remaster. Like for people who want to play it again.
Here's
But,
the problem with
you know.
Skyrim and all Fallout and Bethesda games is they come out in November or October, which is great if you're like that's your genre, but that's like also primetime shooter genre where like everything's coming out. So what happens is the thing I always tell people not to do when they're going to play an open world game is I start it and then get distracted and you can't go back.
No.
Yep.
It's like I'm having a hard time going back to Dark Souls, and I love that game, but like, fuck, I messed up, and That's how I played Skyrim, and I got like 10 hours into Skyrim, so out of the intro. And oh god, that intro is so bad.
Wasn't there an entire extra credits episode about how bad that?
Yeah,
that, so
that intro is horrendous. But anyway, I got out of the intro and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna explore, but first I'm gonna try this game. And then I never came back. And I was like, crap! I really wanted to do that. I don't want to do the intro again, and now it's old. Damn it!
It doesn't run right. It's just a mess. Yeah, no.
But yeah, and I'm like, I would love for Red Dead to be remastered, or Red Dead 2, or whatever they do next. Red Dead's. I know you guys don't like that game that much, but I thought that game was really cool, except for the Mexico part. You beat it, I didn't.
I say that. I had 100% completion in that game.
That's probably why you don't like it.
Yeah.
You played the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I just, like, it was a fun game, but there was
guide.
really nothing else out at that point, so it was just kind of the game to play. The only thing I didn't really do in that game was the multiplayer, because it was just...
I love the multiplayer for that
The
game.
multiplayer was good, but if you didn't play with people... or if you try to play by yourself, and then there's like that guy that was already really good online, and he was
that was me.
yeah, he was destroying you. But yeah, no. So like as far as a remaster go, I probably won't play it,
They'll probably fuck the multiplayer up because they did with
or
GTA.
they may not even do it. Who
No,
knows?
they'll do multiplayer.
Yeah, maybe. But if there was a sequel, I'd probably play it, but I probably wouldn't play it to 100% completion like I did the last one.
I don't know if I'll ever play again. 100% completion again.
I don't particularly care about Red Dead. Like it's one of the few like truly, widely considered great games that I picked up and played for a while, and then it was just like, nah, it's not for me. Like that happens so rarely that like most of the time
with Rockstar games for you,
it really does. I think it's just I don't know if I like Rockstar games, like, or at least the two biggest franchises.
The franchise that they have. Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just I think I don't know if it's something about the way they build the world or the mechanics of it, but I'm not in love with it.
I think it's honestly, like, the problem that I have with Rockstar games is their pacing. Like, I feel like their pacing always hits a point where it's like the soft, you could stop here and you'll be okay. And that was Mexico. For me, it's like I played that game and I was loving it, and then I got to Mexico, and it's like they introduce you to 2 or 3 characters in a row you really don't give a shit about, and then I'm like, I accidentally shot my favorite horse, so I'm not going to play this game anymore.
For any excuse to get out.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened. And then, like, GTA 4, it's like, you do the heist mission, and I make the No, 4. There's a heist mission in 4.
Oh, okay.
They make the mistake of making that not the last mission of the game. So then I'm like,
I'm good.
what do you mean I gotta go pick up this package again? I've done this. Like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And then,
The
like,
moment when Sean
GTA
realized
5.
that he might not want to play a game again.
Yeah. GTA 5, I just powered through and beat. But there was a point in GTA 5 where I was like, I'm bored of this game. But I'm going to get through it. They're so long, Yeah. And it's like, for GTA 5, it was like when you're doing all the stuff in the fucking boondocks and you're not in the city anymore. I'm like,
I didn't care for that, really. Yeah.
not really.
Fred and I are like, yeah, GTA 5 had pacing problems. We both like beat it in a weekend.
Yeah.
You beat it in 2 days.
I thoroughly enjoyed the game.
I was going to say, you had the map glued to the fucking ceiling over here, and you called out of work 3 days and didn't sleep. You were all about
Fuck
GTA
Best
5.
No, it was...
Not that committed to the job.
I told you. Remember what I told you the first night? I was like, I'm going to stay up all night and play this. You're like, fuck no, you're not. And then he wakes up the next morning and I'm still playing.
Still playing it. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I proved me wrong.
All night he had a middle finger up to you. Like, he just couldn't see it. Yeah, he's playing the game with one hand.
No,
Took me a while, but I got it.
I like the game, but my favorite part about it is being in the city. And then when you got put out there, that's kind of the point where I was like,
I'm tired now. I haven't slept in 33 hours, and it hurts when I pee.
why am I still playing? And then I'm like, oh wait, I can go back to Franklin.
I just don't think those like maybe I didn't play it right, but I don't think those games are super deep with interesting things to do. I think like I think there's a ton of stuff, but I don't think a lot of it is like a lot of fun.
It depends as to what you are looking to do in the game.
Like one of the complaints I have with the game was like the yoga like mission that you had to do with Michael, and I was like, this is not fun at all. And I get that that's like the point, but like why is this something that I have to do? And then they're like, if you want to do this more, and I was like, why would I want to do this more?
Because if you want to get that 100% completion, son.
Taking
the sights of the game.
You guys tweet at me if I am wrong, but was anyone playing that for the yoga?
I mean, I played some of it for the tennis. The tennis was pretty fun. The golf was pretty fun.
There are fun things there, but like I don't think they're.
You do it for killing hookers. You don't do it for the yoga.
Exactly, but they don't like the killing of the hookers is not deep enough. Like that's
Jesus Christ!
I need to be in the spine.
no. But if that like I guess what I'm saying is if that is the point of the game, then like why is that not like the point of the game? It's like you can do anything, but everyone just goes around and kills shit and causes mayhem. A more honest expression of it is probably like Saints Row.
No, but like so Grand Theft Auto, the whole point of the game is that you can do anything. That is not like
You can do whatever the fuck you want.
yeah,
But
that is the point
sure.
of the game.
Yeah.
Is that they just give you options, and you might never do some of this stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sure there is people that thought the yoga was fun.
Maybe,
I'm sure
yeah,
there
and
are
like
people
that's-
and they give you these options.
Sure.
Experiencing the world is the part of that game. The world is the biggest character in that game. Just much like I said, like Far Cry is the biggest character, and then Far Cry is the world. These are just the people that you're playing are just conduits that you're experiencing the world through.
I guess, but it's like when some of that stuff would be like literally just as gratifying to do in real life. Like I would just as soon do yoga in real life as I would do it in GT. Yes, I would. I would just as soon
I've
do
seen
yoga
you
in real life.
exercise in real life.
Rather than doing this in real life, you can do this.
I would feel much better about myself doing yoga in real life than I would spending any time on it in GTA.
Trust me, I did not enjoy the
and I have
thing.
done yoga. It is awful.
Did you do hot yoga?
It was hot for me. It's always hot yoga for me.
Anyway,
Oh boy.
no. So like I've been really into watching documentaries lately, and I watched a documentary on Rockstar.
Sure.
And they're assholes. These guys are real big dicks, apparently.
Like the studio heads?
Yeah.
Okay.
According to the documentary, I haven't met
They
them.
only hire assholes. Everyone's asshole there.
But yeah, the whole point was that they wanted to make these games where like that is the main character is the world, and then only went up to GTA 4 was the documentary until, and it was pretty fascinating. But like, man, I just want another Vice City. Like I would be so down for Rockstar to come out and be like, hey, we're making Vice City 2, and it's like you're going back to Miami in the 80s, and it's like. I actually like the period pieces that they do more than the actual. Well, Grand Theft Auto 3 is my favorite because it is like the first one you've ever really experienced.
Third person.
But like after that, they do a period piece in the 70s or in the 80s with GTA Vice City, and then the 90s with San Andreas.
Yep.
So like I think actually the period piece is like more interesting.
Well,
than,
that's kind of what I'm saying. Is like if you want to say that the world is a character, then like I am not interested in the. But like I played the hell out of Vice City. Because like that was interesting to me. It felt like there was something I could learn, like I could understand and learn about the world. Well, maybe sure. Like
You learn a little bit of culture.
shallow.
That's
But
you get
yeah.
the motorcycle and you realize you could drive up staircases.
But like
What?
like the world in The Last of Us was a character, and like you learned about that character, and you felt like you lived as a part of that character, and that's what I think makes a world interesting is when you can like learn about it and feel like a part of it. But
They're
whereas
different
like
worlds.
yeah, they're
can't even
wildly
compare.
different. No, but I'm saying like if you want to say that the world is a character, I think there are a lot of worlds that are more interesting than modern day LA.
You're also talking about a game of storytelling as comparison to.
But it's-
Again, I'm not
world.
like I'm not
Yeah,
comparing
but it's
that
not
at all.
necessarily what's it called? So it's like the radio shows, and then the civilians that you see, and then like the characters that you interact with in the game that is part of the city, and like how you meet Laszlo after Laszlo has been on Chatterbox since GTA 3, and it's like these are different. You have to look for it more, or like finding the alien spaceship, or getting abducted by the aliens,
Sure.
or like. These are things that you could do in GTA that aren't forced upon you. The world of The Last of Us is forced upon you.
Yeah.
You must experience.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, so I mean, I get what you're saying, and what you're looking for is almost like the game to be like, hey, look at this. This is the world that you need to
I
experience.
don't think that's true either.
And then here's GTA. You have to go make your own fun. It's almost like not as much of making your own fun as Minecraft is, but like. I know people that play that game and have more fun than I've probably ever had with a video game that just make up their own shit where they want to ride a dirt bike down the mountain at full speed and try to catch a jump and then jump off it and parachute down. Like that's awesome. Like,
is
and
fun.
that's not for me. I want my games to tell me what to do most of the time. I've been on the show saying I don't really like open world games. But.
So I enjoy playing GTA 5 online.
Sure.
When it works, you know, because
When
those
How you do the
matchmaking,
windows.
that matchmaking is just
awful.
It's just so bad. But there's sometimes when because you can go in and you can find, like make yourself so you can do PvP. Worst decision you could do. Because everyone just seeks you out.
Yeah.
And they see you and they try to kill you. And then there's people that have been playing the game for so long that they have fighter jets. and they're using the fighter jets on Hollywood Boulevard, and they're just fucking you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. As far as like the single player experience of Grand Theft Auto, it's fine. But it's still, as Sean was saying, it's kind of like making your own experience of it. Like the story to the game, you can just like go right through and get the story for it, but they want you to explore it a little bit, like go and experience these different things you could do, like golf or tennis or these other side missions that you can do or stuff like that, or like the question mark missions where you just like meet random people. That's how you're like it. That's how the game is meant to be enjoyed. Is just like to explore and find these different people, look at their story and everything like that. But not.
I get that. I just like I like when the game is basically set in LA in like modern times, it's not like a curious setting to me. It doesn't entice me to want to find like the nooks and crannies, especially because like I don't necessarily care about Laszlo. Like I don't like there's not like it would have been interesting to find the alien stuff, but like I played that game for like 60, 70, probably close to 100 hours, and like there was never any like hint of that it like even being out there. So it's when the game like leaves it in there for you to find, I think that's cool because you're kind of like, hey, someone in the community will eventually find this and they'll tell other people and that'll be interesting. But like when I hear that story, it doesn't make me want to go like find that story. I'm just like, oh, it's cool that they put that in there. Yeah, it doesn't make me want to explore the game.
I'm kind of the same way. It's like, so have you ever heard about the jetpack that everyone's been trying to find at GTA since the game released?
Yeah,
where they see it in the code, like they've gotten to the code of the game and they know it exists, but they don't know how to get it still, and it's been years since the game has now been released, and from what my understanding,
the same year as The Last of Us.
Yeah, and nobody has still figured it out. They're thinking it has to do with aliens because there's like this marking in the middle of the map involving the mountain.
Yeah,
and like people are trying different things and all this kind of stuff, and they just still haven't been able to figure out what it is.
Right.
It could just be the game just fucking trolling you,
or it could have been like something left in the code that they originally had and then took out.
Yeah, well,
that's the other thing.
The thing is that Rockstar,
they left the sex in the game. And you could find it in the code, but you couldn't access it unless you removed a certain wall of code.
Yeah.
That could be the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, it very well could be, but Rockstar during this time, like, they didn't, like, directly say that, but they're like, there's still things in this game that people haven't found. And they're like...
Yeah, because they want everyone to keep playing it and buying it. Like,
and that's the thing. And
I know.
People do enjoy that for it, so...
Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying that nobody would enjoy it. I'm saying, like, I couldn't find it in myself to enjoy those things.
That's why it's not for everybody.
Exactly.
And same thing with Red Dead for me. Like, right now, like, that game was great from when it was out because I didn't have anything else I wanted to play, and, like, I'm not excited to play that again. Like, but if a new one, I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
Give it to me. I'll try it out. But there's other leaks and other things that were also talked about at E3.
I mean, this is what happens with the show. We're about an hour in. I didn't do community questions because I can't. I'm in such a weird spot where I'm like, I can't tell anybody. The only people that know are the people in this room. And like I said before, if anybody from IGN is watching this, God, I hope you're not. But anyway, I've said fuck a lot, and I don't want them to think I'm like.
I'm pretty sure they say fuck on their shows too.
No, they bleep them out.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
It's not that hard. I can teach you.
I mean, I could if I really wanted to.
I'm not motivated enough to do that.
People don't seem to care.
It's only because it directly affects your guys' lives. But like, I'm dying to tell people.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's soon. I can I can tell everybody. But so I couldn't do viewer questions. So this is about all I have. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, there's obviously more stuff at E3 we can speak about. There's, we were also at Kind of Funny Live. If you want to speak about that at all.
That was cool.
Yeah.
San Francisco's awesome. I don't want to live there. I'm moving there in 24 days. So.
Why is it just the expense?
It's so expensive.
Yeah, okay.
It's so expensive,
like, why,
Jack.
like, you guys talk about the city all the time. Fred especially is like...
Fred has like a raging erection.
I fucking love that city so much.
I don't. I think San Francisco's fine. I think Austin is a better city.
I mean, I haven't visited Austin, so I can't say which one's better.
I think Boston is a better city.
See, I didn't get to explore Boston as much as I wanted to as well.
I like Austin a lot.
San Francisco is cool. Don't get me wrong. It's just really expensive.
Yeah, no, I get
There's
that.
a lot of poop on the ground.
There is a lot of
human poop on the ground.
A lot of animal and people poop.
Yeah, and a lot of pee everywhere, and like I said, San Francisco is just San Francisco. I don't know where I'm gonna live. I'll probably live in an apartment smaller than the room I'm currently living in.
Or you could look in East Bay
definitely.
too. Yeah, don't forget that we can look at East Bay too.
Yeah, I'd love to get murdered in Oakland. I can't wait.
You don't have to go Oakland.
You don't have to get murdered.
You know, East Bay is all the way
I'm
over.
aware.
So
I'm aware.
yeah,
I'm aware.
You can go all the way up to Pittsburgh if you really wanted to.
I don't want to take a 3-hour train ride into work every morning.
I'm just saying that
It's an option.
Okay, there's always an
cost-effective.
option. Just don't get murdered.
Yeah, all right, that's good. That's good. No, I mean I'm looking forward to going to IGN. Like I have a list of things I want to accomplish at IGN. So I'm kind of bummed I'm not going to make it to E3 this year. It looks like I'm going to miss out on E3 by about a week. But I might be at other shows. Like I said, I hope you guys will follow my work over to IGN. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing per se yet, but it's exciting times. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Sean Twisters. That's not changing. My profile picture is going to change. I photoshopped Knerds out of my picture.
Aww.
Put an IGN logo. But
well, he obviously hasn't posted this yet. But
I'm not like upset about it. I get it.
Other than that, what did you guys want to see at E3?
Devil May Cry 2.
I feel like that's always going to be his answer.
It pretty much is. I really want one.
They're
Did
not
you?
gonna.
Okay. Well,
You know that game started as a Resident Evil game, and they made it, and then got like the director came and he's like, "What the hell is this?" And the guy was like, "It's Resident Evil 4," and the guy's like, "This has nothing to do with Resident Evil."
what?
And then they
What
were
the
like,
fuck did you do?
"Yeah." And he was
I went
like-
out for lunch.
he was
What the
like-
fuck did you do?
He went up to Capcom's bosses and he was like, "Now the game is good, so we shouldn't throw it out. But this can't be Resident Evil 4. It doesn't make any sense."
Well, if it was Resident Evil 4, it would have been made in the early 2000s.
yeah,
You're talking about Devil May Cry as a whole?
no,
Or-
Devil May Cry 1, yeah.
Yeah, the original Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were talking about DMC. I was like,
Oh no,
Oh no.
no,
I was
no.
like,
the original Devil May Cry started off as a Resident Evil game that ended up not being a Resident Evil game because the guy was like all about action, and the guy was like, well, "This is fine, really, it's a great game, but we."
I just love Devil May Cry, so I want to see the franchise continue. But there's other stuff too.
What like so? I mean, I've been pretty quiet about like predictions and stuff, and I guess like I don't know. I feel like whenever whenever we've done this in the past, like privately, like outside of a podcast or anything, it's always like we're never right. Like nobody ever seems to be just like right because like the things that these companies announce are either would be like natural assumptions a lot, or there's something you just wouldn't know what to ask for yet because like people haven't made it. I think this year like we're obviously going to see a lot about like VR, and I am both apprehensive and excited about that. I'm curious about what the future of VR is going to be and like how much support it's actually going to have. But I'll be even more curious about the future of VR once the games that they're talking about are actually coming out.
True. Yeah. I'm also curious to see if they're going to show anything more on Horizon.
Yeah, that'll be.
I think it'll get delayed.
Yeah, I think
It did
they-
get delayed.
Did it officially get delayed?
I'm pretty sure
No.
it got a. I think the
As of this
trailer-
week, it is not. I just listened to Beyond, and they were saying that everything points to it getting delayed, but it hasn't been officially delayed yet.
I think it's been officially delayed to February of 2017.
All right, I'm gonna.
We gotta find
that
out.
up.
Look
Fact-checking
that up because
squad.
I think that was on Connor Greg Live
Okay.
the other day. But yeah, I would like to see more on that. I don't know if you watched the trailer on that, the new
No.
one. Seems interesting.
It's one of those games where I feel like I want to ignore it because I want to be excited about it when it actually arrives. But I also am super curious about what the game's actually going to be like, so I feel like I want to watch everything.
This trailer is very vague.
Yeah.
Like it gives you a little bit more context about the stuff, but not like an overwhelming amount where you're like, oh, I know everything about the game now.
I mean,
it's not
probably-
like Batman v Superman trailers.
It's probably good.
It says it's slated for 2016.
Okay, I don't know. I think it was. No, maybe that was.
I'll tell you what that was. That was a pregnant pause. That was dead air for a
No,
second.
no, there was some GameSpot or GameStop.
Oh, okay,
price.
no, yeah, here we go.
Okay, all right. I was about to start searching too.
okay.
It's official for February
18th,
18th.
2017. It's weird. It still says 2016 on everything except for that one Forbes article.
Yeah,
People haven't updated it yet, I guess.
Yeah, so there's that. There's also Dead Rising 4.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
Yeah, Dead Rising 4.
If that's
with
on PlayStation, I'll play it.
Did you
Xbox exclusive looking.
I'm
like
sure.
that.
Yeah. Did you guys
fuck
play
off.
Dead Rising 3? I know you
Yeah, I
definitely
did.
played it for a bit. I don't
did.
remember you having
It-
a ton of good things.
I mean, it ran at 20 frames per second.
That's what it
And
was.
because they're like, here's all these zombies. It doesn't
Yeah.
run very well. but zombies.
It was incredibly impressive in trailers where they could control the frame rate and everything.
Yeah.
But like,
I think what I said was like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time ran at a smoother frame rate.
I do remember those words coming out of your mouth. I think it was in reference to this game, but I'm not 100%.
Yeah, I think that game ran at something like 20 frames per second when you get like too many zombies. It was fun, but it's like I'm also not really like for a game on Xbox to grab me, it has to like
Gears of War.
It has to have Gears of War in the
or
title.
Halo.
Yeah, Gears
Sure.
of War coming out in October.
Yeah, that should be fun.
Very
I'll play
excited
that.
about that.
Hopefully, I have internet.
What else? What else is there? I think there's something else in my mind that I
Give
just
me
had.
DayZ on console. Do it.
Sean will never stop this fight.
No,
He
we're
will-
Rust.
Sean will never
Console.
wave the white flag. You'll just like it'll. I have a feeling that in 100 years, when you're laying on your deathbed, I'm giving you a very.
Jesus
I know
Christ,
you have a
I'm gonna be
long time.
124
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
I mean, with science.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's what I'm actually
You might be
accounting. That's
shitting
what I was
yourself
accounting
every
for.
night, but at least you're living.
I don't know.
Sean will be like, they never gave it to me. They never gave me what I really wanted.
Now, hopefully, I'll be a millionaire by then. I would have just
You'll
made
just
the
make
game
it yourself.
myself. Someone asked on the Kind of Funny Facebook group, if you had $250 million,
Yeah.
how much of it would you dump into your dream video game? And I wrote back, $0.00.
Yep. No.
No way I'm going to dump it. No, I just let the developers make the video games and stuff. I don't
Develop
need...
the technology for a time machine. Go
I don't
all
need
the way
a
back.
virtual reality. I don't need a Legends of the Hidden Temple VR game that bad. I'm going to dump a lot of money into it.
Like here, okay, so here's exactly what I expected: $0.00. Unless,
Well, I mean, are they going to get David Hayter back on? Because I'll take an Unreal 4 Metal Gear Solid 1.
exactly, yeah.
But I wouldn't
Not
actually,
actually
fund it.
I know.
The guy was like, yeah,
Well, that would be
I would
insane.
spend $150 million on it. I was like, are you out of your mind? On a Final Fantasy VIII remake.
Now-
Are you crazy?
Okay, now to be fair, like there are worse things you could spend your money on, and that still leaves you $100 million. So you're like pretty good. But to think of like the maybe more humanitarian things that you could spend that money on, like I could go elsewhere. But I can't say that that's the worst thing you could do.
But it's
especially if you make your money back.
it's like, but for Sean's, unless it's like David Hayter's just in a game and he's like, Sean Pitts instead
No.
of Metal Gear.
I could just.
It's just a giant Sean Pitts.
That's the weirdest thing ever. That doesn't sound
You're
fun
like,
at
I
all.
funded this game. It's mine.
I could just
These are
get.
my machines.
I could just get David Hayter to say my name.
yes, but
and
you want to
have
be in the
Andy
video game.
with
And I
$1
could just have
million.
Andy, like, whip something up in Premiere.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be in the video game.
I don't care about being in a video game.
For the world to take it.
I'm not that vain. I'm pretty vain, but I
You'll
don't
be like
actually
Metal Gear
care.
Ray, but it would just be you.
That sounds terrible, and I would never want that because I would never want that. I'm mad about Metal Gear Rising having the Metal Gear name in it. You think I would put a game with my ugly mug? Like it wouldn't make any sense. The integrity of Metal Gear is worth more than my bravado.
Poultry money.
Poultry.
Bravado.
Pennies. Mere pennies. No. The Spider-Man game that might get announced.
Where'd you see that?
Oh, I saw that on the. Well, it's been.
That was a rumor a little
rumored.
while ago, yeah.
and
I
then
mean, like-
there's that little fake box art thing that they put out on the Facebook group there.
Like
Definitely fake.
Yeah.
I wrote something like for our site about why that would be like the best thing.
What site is that?
Nerdsonline.com.
Nerdsonline.com.
Yeah, enunciate. Come on.
But I mean, like,
doing a
if
plug.
you've got here, you know our website.
Maybe they don't.
Okay, well then look in the comments or the
Because
description and
this
find it.
episode's title is probably going to be Sean's last episode.
Fair enough.
And they're going to be like,
Oh,
Sean?
clickbait.
Huh? They're like, ooh, Sean? I know him. Click, 2,000 views. What the fuck
No.
site are they on?
No way. 2,000 views. No one cares that much. I will be shocked.
Like just this is Fred's stream.
Ryan Santillo watched this video 13 times, and now we'll have
That'll be
14 views because
Yep.
you'll have to watch it once to make sure it uploads properly.
We love you, Ryan.
What was I gonna say?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah, this is a
Spider-Man.
great idea because like the things that who makes those games?
Sucker Punch is with the people that.
Okay, so yeah.
The original
Okay,
developers?
I'm allowed to
Activision.
like
All right.
have a second. No, so the games that Sucker Punch makes are like they excel at movement, which is like Spider-Man's thing. They've proven themselves like pretty good with superpowers so far, I think. And like there were one or two other reasons. I think like I can't remember what I wrote now. It came out of
And
me.
he calls
The real-
himself
the
a
real-
writer.
the
It came out of me and it's gone now.
I mean, that'd be cool. I don't really care one way or the other. I'll play it if it's announced. I'm not gonna wish that Sucker Punch makes that game, but like if Sucker Punch makes the game, I'll play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they have a good shot at making it good.
Yeah, I think
I guess
that it would be the best one that would be made in a long time. But with that said, Spider-Man is going to be it's a hard character to perfect.
Oh, you know what one of my other things was? There probably wouldn't be a morality system, which I think is some of the weakest stuff in the Sucker Punch games. I think the morality, forcing you to be...
The worse you get, the more you turn into Tobey Maguire, and the better you get turned into the new guy.
I actually did think about it. I was like, I wonder if they would do anything
in the middle,
with
you're just Andrew
because like
Garfield.
my greatest fear is that they're like, if you're good Spider-Man, you can resist the symbiote, but if you're bad Spider-Man, you become like symbiote Spider-Man.
Everyone's gonna be like, fuck that symbiote.
I know, dude.
100% that's in the game. If Sucker Punch is making a game, 100% there's a symbiote system.
This is like literally this is my nightmare when I was writing the piece. I was like, there probably won't be a morality system.
I don't think they do.
And then
that.
I was like, oh god.
I don't think they do.
100%.
I was like,
not in the
God.
first game, at least. First game, they're like, hey, how do people feel about this? And then second game, they're like, we're bringing it all in.
Yeah.
And at the end, it's going to be like, I think the main villain will be Shocker. They'll just use Cole's
they'll just use Cole's powers. Like, so yeah.
They'll be like, wow, that's weird. I didn't know he could throw lightning grenades.
Yeah. Oh, he can now.
And then you play a whole nother game where it's Cole who
Becoming-
dresses up as the Shocker because he's in a bind after faking his own death.
Oh man, and it all comes full circle.
All right, and that's the end of the show
I think that's
because
fair.
I am
Really?
actually starting to overheat,
I'm getting
that
hot.
bad
My
anymore.
back.
and
is
I
frustrating.
am still very sick, and I don't
not
feel
that
well.
bad anymore.
I'm ending the show. I'm still the host of this show.
This is my comfort level right here.
Hey,
it's
man,
like
that's
80,
fine.
90 degrees in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still my show for one more
I
show.
was
I'm
I
still
was
the
like
host. I'm
we
ending
were half an hour in and I saw like a bead of sweat on Sean's forehead and I was like, oh dear.
it. I'm really hot.
Because to me that's like, what is my back like? Swampy.
I have a
is the
fever.
answer.
I have a fever, so
Yeah, yeah.
I'm still sweating. All right, guys, it's been my pleasure to do this show. Thank you for all your support. I wouldn't be getting my job if it wasn't for you guys. So make sure you continue to follow me at Sean Twisters on Twitter. You guys can see all my new content at IGN. Working for IGN is a great honor. So make sure you follow Jack on Twitter at Jack is Gaming. Make sure you follow Fred on Twitter at Fred_Sully. You gotta do something about the underscore.
I can't do anything about
Gotta do
it
something about the
unless
underscore.
I change everything to like the Fred Sully, and now it's going to be taken. So
It's too late.
Yeah, Ryan Stitzel already has
You said it out loud. So.
Yeah,
Zagger
it's
also
taken.
has it.
But it's so I wanted, as I said, I was going to give you a little.
I mean,
heartfelt thing.
all right, fine.
Yeah, no, it's just very proud of you. That's pretty much all I'm going to say. Just
I haven't actually done anything yet.
well,
I'm sure you
you
will.
worked hard with this from the beginning with Tom and Jack, and not really me until later on.
That's-
I was there from the beginning, but I was kind of like just the creepy guy in the background.
My favorite is how like you didn't like Kind of Funny or anything that I liked, and then like this year you're like at Kind of Funny Live, and you're like going to visit Alfredo and stuff. I'm like, I was like, man, I remember I was like, man, if I would really like this, you would just give it a shot, and you just like never give it a shot, and then eventually you're like, I guess this is all pretty good. It's like you're like, I don't like podcasts. That's my thing.
and
You're
now
always saying
I've done nothing but listen to podcasts.
no, you do
Now you're
nothing
on
but
a
listen to
podcast.
podcasts.
Yeah, and I'm
you're
on
on
a
a podcast.
That's
So
the
funny.
most ironic.
But yeah, no,
I'm not really a fan of podcasts, but I guess I'll show up for this.
I've listened to nothing but Ismahawk over the past week and a half.
So proud of you.
Been crazy.
I mean,
But anyway.
I mean that's a cool show. Like I don't necessarily
guys are
listen to
awesome.
it, but I'm like proud of you for getting into podcasts. Is what I'm
Shout
saying.
out to them, by the way. They're awesome guys over at
Big cat.
Ismahawk on YouTube. Make crazy shit. They really do.
Yeah, tweet at Danny Leshep and tell him that Sean Twister says, I don't know, nice things. He's a good person.
Tell them that I said, "What's up, baby? What's up, baby boo?"
I think that'll be a wrap.
No, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
Proud of you. Very excited to see where it all goes for you.
Yeah.
And
I think there's a strong chance I'm back doing this show in 6 months because I got fired.
no. And he's
anyway.
back, ladies and gentlemen.
I fucking
Bold move, Cotton.
I fire up from the bottom like the Michael Jackson Victory Tour, land in my chair.
Where do we get pyrotechnics from?
Oh man,
My house is literally on fire.
what do you think I spent all these paychecks on?
That's why I got fired. I couldn't keep my apartment.
I bought all these pyrotechnics.
Anyway, guys, it's been my pleasure, and as always, good game. And if you like that video, make sure you guys don't subscribe, don't share, and don't like the video. In fact, just click off and leave.
You trying to use reverse psychology on the internet?